folks, this is the first in a series of short lessons that I'm going to be putting up here on my YouTube channel. All of them looking at different ways that we can unlock the fretboard of the guitar. So if you ever feel like you're stuck in one place when you're playing, then these videos are going to be for you. I'm going to make them relevant to acoustic guitar and electric guitar. And this first one, we're going to be looking at ways of getting some interesting extended chords by using just the middle two strings, the D and the G string, moving up and down. So if you feel like you know your chords, you know your basic majors, minors, maybe even some bar chords, but you wish you had some that were a little bit more special, then keep watching. Okay, so this is going to work by us placing some frets at strategic places on the D string and G string for these chords, but then we're still going to have these open strings, especially the B string and the E string, and sometimes the open A string, which are going to add some interesting extensions to the chord and kind of change the nature of them. So the first one, we're going to work in the key of A major. So the first one is going to be A major, but it's going to be A add 9 because of the open B string that we're going to have in there. So first up, let's show you how to play it. We're going to use our third finger, that's your ring finger. We're going to put it on fret 7 of the D string, and then we're going to use our second finger and place that on the 6th fret of the G string. So there we have them right next to each other. There's no big stretches here or anything. Fret 7, fret 6 in the middle, and then we're keeping clear of these other strings, and we can play that from the A string down the way. We're going to miss out the low E string. That's A add 9. So it's add 9 because the note of B that we have with this open string is the 9th note from the A major scale. It's a really lovely chord. This is a chord you can use instead of just an A major in a chord progression. If you've got a chord progression that's got a lot of A in there, you could try substituting an A add 9 and see if it works. It's a lovely thing just to add some extra colour. So that's the first one, A add 9. All of these chords, we're going to keep our third finger on that D string. So make sure you're doing that. Next one, we're going to move up to fret number 9 on the D string, which is the note of B. And then it's going to be a slightly more of a stretch, so instead of using second finger, we're going to use our first finger on fret 7 of the G string. So that gives us 9 and 7, and then we're going to keep the open B string and then the open E string. So I think of this as a kind of a B minor chord. There isn't an F sharp in there, which technically there should be. That would be the 5th to make up the 1st, 3rd and 5th that go into a B minor chord, but nevertheless it's functioning as pretty much a B minor chord. We've got B, we've got D, we've got another B from the open B string, and then we've got an open E string which gives us the 4th. So technically it would be a B minor add 4. I'm not going to play the A string because that would give us a low A bass, which would make it sound not very much like a B chord. So for now anyway, we're just going to play it from the D string down the way. And already those two chords that sounds like the intro to a really nice song, and they're very simple to play. Just 2 fingers for each of the chords. So let's keep going. We're going to move that B minor chord that we just did up 2 frets. So just shift it up. We're going to end up on fret 11 on the D string and fret 9 on the G string. So this is also a minor third between these two. If we play this from the A string, we get another A add 9. So just another voicing of the same chord that we started with. So let's add that into the sequence. A add 9, B minor add 4, A add 9, B minor add 4. There you go, lovely sounding chords already, aren't they? Next one, we're going to move up to fret number 12 of the D string. So again, make sure you're keeping your third finger on these notes on the D string at all times. Don't be tempted to switch them over. Third finger, fret 12, D string. Second finger, fret 11, G string. So this one, they're closer together again, which makes them a major. So we're on, this is our D major chord, but again it also has the open B string, which in this case gives us the 6th sixth, sixth, sixth. Gives us a sixth, so D6, and then we get an open E string, which is the ninth. So we get a D major with a 6 and a 9 in it, which sounds like this. Quite different to normal D. Let's see how that sounds in the sequence. You could make a really nice song just with those 4 shapes, but we're going to add a few more. So far what we've done is started in the middle and gone up the fretboard. We're going to go back to the middle, but then go back down the fretboard and get some other shapes. So first one, we're going to go to fret 6 of the D string, and then it's going to be a wider stretch, a minor third, which is going to give us our first finger on the fret number 4 of the G string. And then we're going to again skip out the A string for this, play it from the D string. And this gives us an E major chord. It's an E major over G sharp, because the lowest note we're hearing is G sharp. If you've ever wondered when you see a chord that says E with a forward slash and then G sharp, or any others, A slash E, D slash F sharp, that's what it means. Compare it to E, similar sort of sound. And then we're going to move that down 2 frets that way, so we end up on fret 4 on the D string and then fret 2 on the G string with finger 3 and 1. And again we're going to play that from the D string. An interesting sound. So this one we're getting an F sharp minor. Again, we don't have a 5th in the chord, but that doesn't matter too much. We have an open B string, of course, which gives us a 4th. And then we have an open E string, which gives us a minor 7th. So yeah, let's call that F sharp minor 11. So we've got going down the way from the A add 9, E, F sharp minor 11, and then we could do one more, which could just be E major. So you can either just do E major on fret 2 and 1, if we're keeping that whole theme going with the 2 strings in the middle, or we can do a full shape like you'll know. So that gives us A add 9, E major, F sharp minor 11, E. Back up here we have D, 6 and 9. We've got A add 9. We've got B minor 11, B minor add 4, and then back to A add 9. So lovely chords to mess around with. You can see if you can make up some of your own chord progressions using these, and they'll sound different to what you would come up if you just use your standard shapes. And you can also use them as substitutes for the chords. If you're playing a chord progression that's just using those shapes and you want to mix it up a bit, try using some of these as substitutes instead. To finish off this lesson, I'm going to replay the music that you heard at the start of the video. That piece of music uses all of these chords we've just been looking at. So I'm going to put the order of the chords in the description below. I'm going to put chord diagrams with the video as it changes through the piece. And I would suggest, if you want to try and play along with it, if you just learnt these chords, maybe just try playing each chord once. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 with no extra strumming. If you're okay with that, then you can build up the strumming a little bit like I'm doing on the acoustic guitar in the video. More advanced, or you can join in with the electric guitar. Whether you're playing acoustic or electric doesn't matter, but on the electric guitar I'm doing some fingerstyle and I'm going, so that's playing the D string with my thumb, G string with my index finger, B string with my middle finger, high E string with my ring finger, and then going back up, B string, G string, D, and then back to G again. So it's thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index, thumb, index for each chord. So there you go, 3 different levels that you can try playing along with this piece of music. Have fun. If you didn't already know those chord shapes, then I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know how you get on with them, and if you've got any questions about any of them, especially about the theory, which I've kind of skimmed over quite quickly in this video, then I'm more than happy to answer them in the comments. So remember and subscribe if you don't already, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you for the next short lesson.